What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here with a technical analysis on ticker symbol FBRX for Forte Biosciences. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. Now, I'm doing something I don't often do, which is just exposing the after-hours session right off the bat, because clearly there has been a massive gap down here coming from about 28.13 on the close all the way into about 5 as of right now. So massive haircut. I'm sure not a lot of people are happy about this name right now. There was some catalyst that they're no longer continuing development on whatever drug they were working on, which pretty makes the outlook on the company very dismal, right? So all things considered, this is going to be more of a video for anyone who was long from in here and wants to manage this trade a little bit better. This is not something I would look to get into for a quick scalp. I would just look at other opportunity if you're not already involved in this name. So if you are involved, you have a very important decision to make at the bell tomorrow morning, essentially, if you don't act in the after hours, right? And the first thing I would encourage everyone to do is just watch for the potential gap fill if you're already long. And by gap fill, I just mean price working its way into the gap, not necessarily that we're coming all the way back up here to 28.13. I really don't think that's a likely scenario given the severity of the catalyst that was put out. But we can make this loss a little bit more manageable, right? If we open here, fail to take out the overnight low and move back up through the open, fine. Hold on to your position and maybe look for a slow grind higher into this gap to start to ease the pain of the massive loss that you may or may not be incurring, right? If we look left on this daily perspective chart, you can also see if we look around 5, we're opening underneath this prior range that was pretty well established before this catalyst moved to the upside, essentially. So all things considered, I think the best that this might do into tomorrow's session, if there is any upside, would be about $11.53, just based on, I'm sure this was consolidation before, some announcement about whatever drug they had in the pipeline, which is now no longer being pursued. So 11.50 would strike me as a good place to start to trim some of the position. So again, that might look something like this. Start thinking about trimming, lighten the load. If it does continue higher, maybe consider again as we get into, I would argue, the next major area would be coming from here, really. So 23.51, and again, this is very, very optimistic of an outlook here, given the severity of the catalyst. I'm just pointing out structural areas where I could see prices, rolling over once again, maybe another one here at 18. So start to lighten the load if we do get into those, because a pullback could come at any point in time from any of these structural areas. Now, the worst case scenario, and probably the one that's going to hurt the most, but is going to feel really good, and I promise you it's going to feel really good, is something like this. If we open here and just immediately take out that overnight low, bail on the position. Why am I saying that? Well, because underneath, there's really nothing here. And if we head back under $1, this gets delisted, you're going to be stuck holding the bag for quite some time if you don't just, cut your loss as soon as possible. So if you cut it soon, you have a better opportunity, time opportunity, to then redeploy your capital and start to work your way back from this loss if you decide to take it. So those are my thoughts. I really wanted to share the perspective, not so much a technical analysis, but give you again that perspective on how to manage this loss if you already were long from anywhere up in this general area of the chart. So if you appreciated that perspective, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And with this one, I certainly wish everyone the best of luck in whatever decision they decide to make.